Elagabalus burst into Rome's history like a blazing comet, brilliant, chaotic, and impossible to ignore. Born Varius Avitus Bassianus in Emesa, Syria, he served not as a soldier or a statesman, but as a high priest of the sun god Elagabal, a deity worshipped through drums, incense, and ecstatic ritual. At just 14, he was swept onto the imperial throne by the fierce ambition of his grandmother, Emesa, who convinced the Eastern legions that the boy was the secret son of Caracalla. Whether true or not, the soldiers wanted a Severan heir, and they hailed him emperor in 218. When he entered Rome, Elagabalus seemed less like a ruler and more like a living embodiment of his Syrian god. Draped in shimmering silks, rather than the austere Roman toga, he carried with him the sacred Black Stone of Elagabal, insisting that the sun god should replace Jupiter as the supreme deity of the empire. The Roman elite watched in horror as ancient traditions were uprooted, temples were rededicated, ceremonies rewritten, and processions of priests, dancers, and exotic animals filled the streets of the capital. Yet Elagabalus was more than a religious radical. He was a whirlwind of personal extravagance. Tales spread of dinners where guests were smothered under flowers, of marriages and divorces announced on a whim, and of the young emperor's fascination with redefining gender roles. To the conservative Senate, he was not merely strange. He was dangerous, but even the most brilliant storms burn out. As Elagabalus pushed harder to impose his god on Rome, he alienated everyone around him, the senators, the generals, even the Praetorian Guard meant to protect him. His grandmother, Maesa, sensing the empire slipping toward disaster, shifted her support to his calmer cousin, the boy who would become Severus Alexander. In 222, the Praetorians acted. They stormed the imperial quarters, dragging Elagabalus and his mother from hiding. The emperor, who had once dazzled Rome with gold and incense, was killed in the barracks, his body thrown into the Tiber to erase his memory. Elagabalus ruled only 4 years, yet his reign lingers as one of the most extraordinary in Roman history. A brief, blazing rebellion against tradition, remembered long after the waters of the river closed over him.